Howdy y'all, this is Reglas Raven, and welcome to a new adventure for us called Saltsea Chronicles. Saltsea Chronicles is by the same creators as 𝓨𝓬𝓼𝓮𝓪, and I fell so in love with 𝓨𝓬𝓼𝓮𝓪 that I decided that I am going to try this one out. It's supposed to be, we're kind of trying to follow the mystery of a captain of a ship disappearing, and we're supposed to have more autonomy of like choices and things like that, which sounds amazing. And I loved the art of 𝓨𝓬𝓼𝓮𝓪 enough that this looks like it's going to be fun. So yeah, anyway, if y'all are coming to this from Little Witch in the Woods, I have an announcement. I did a thing. Little Witch in the Woods is still on early access. And I knew that at one point, and I forgot. So, yeah. Anyway, still early access. That's why we had a strange stop in the story. So, we'll be continuing that when possible. So, anyway, let's go on ahead and dive into Saltsea Chronicles and see what we have going on in this adorable looking little game. Let's go. Oh, we get to select a particular journey. Yes. I might have to turn off. In Saltsea Chronicles, rather than being a main character, you will guide the crew as a collective. Ooh, okay. If you want to trace different pathways, you can branch your save file from any completed chapter. Some events might remain, but others will change. Ooh. There are no wrong choices, only your choices. We hope you enjoy your time in Saltsea. It's time to set sail. 𝓨𝓵𝓼𝓵𝓬𝓵𝓯. I already see the familiar. Okay. Old friend, somewhere warm. 𝓨𝓵𝓼's house. The grand old tree leans in anticipation of the wind, a faithful friend to rest on these many years. Pretty. 𝓨𝓵's house. 𝓨𝓵's home, long left abandoned as she traveled the seas, recently brought back to life. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn the vibration off on my controller. Somewhere warm. Even on temperate days, something about 𝓨𝓵𝓼𝓵𝓬𝓪 makes it feel like the coldest place in the whole Saltsea archipelago. Apparently we're telling a story. This is cute. Past and present. Stu, Malpi, Maja. So it's supposed to be Maha. And we're going to say Maja. Merle and Iris gather around the fire. Iris. Iris is that one. Okay. I swear, I heard it yesterday. It was spooky. Masha's laugh is grand, infectious, attractive. Ghosts in the machine? It does seem a touch unlikely. Tease Iris, or say ghosts? Are we supposed to be Masha? Let's be nice. Oh, he could tease her. Okay, so let's see. It does seem a touch unlikely. Interesting. Were they speaking Pata or ghost language? Merle clears his throat officiously. Respectfully, while ghosts are, well, it nevertheless pays to listen to people's accounts, no matter how much stock you put in their interpretation. Nice way to say my brain's rusted. Mope's baby, Aid, lets out a quiet whimper. Mope, we're gonna say Mope, clears her throat. Enough ghosts. They fall quiet. I think we said that 𝓨𝓵𝓼 is female? This is not a night for ghosts. Except for our ghost ship. Though the 𝓨𝓼𝓵𝓽𝓼 is looking more corporeal every day. Stu chuckles. Perhaps we can go over our plan for... No plans. I'm exhausted. Tell us one of your stories, 𝓨𝓵𝓼. 𝓨𝓵 smiles gently. Well, I can't refuse that. Let me see. Well, we have a story time. The past or the present? This one looks more dramatic. This one looks more whimsical. Trying to distract them from a ghost story. Let's do the dramatic, why not? Once there was a beautiful navigator. Her skill and sense were known in all the isles. She was quiet but clever, careful and brave, and one day she discovered a stowaway. Ragged thing, this stowaway was mixed up in a small dispute and needing to make a hasty escape. But the only ship passing was not, let's say, friendly. So the stowaway had hidden and now had been found. Okay. The stowaway emerged, expecting to be tossed overboard, but then, as the moon's light lit the face of the navigator, all was still, all was perfect, all was love. It's a love story. That's cute. The navigator advocated for the stowaway, made a deal for safe passage, and the rest, as they say, is history. Iris's mouth has fallen open. So romantic.
Nah.
Funny. That's not how I remember it. 𝓨𝓵𝓼 grins. Stu nudges Pearl in the ribs, suggestively. A love so strong it provoked a mutiny. 𝓨𝓵's frown is betrayed by a twitch at the corner of her mouth. Pull her close or move things along? That one. Brrr. There's a chill tonight. 𝓨𝓵𝓼 wraps an arm around 𝓨𝓵, pulling her closer to the fire. Who else has a story? Iris huffs, blowing their hair out of their eyes. Not me. How could someone who's been stuck on one salty old island their whole life have a story? 𝓨𝓵 looks at 𝓨𝓵. Want to correct the record? 𝓨𝓵 shakes her head, happy to listen, not the storytelling kind. Perhaps I could tell you all about one of my most meaningful archaeological experiences. Or the origin story about the two lovers who became the moons. Huh, both tempting. Iris, you choose. I like the moons one. Always the moons. Always celestial bodies. In the time before the flood, there was only one moon. But when the dancers lit the sky, there was a terrible burst of light that split that moon in two. As it split, pieces fell to earth. Two of those pieces found their way to two lovers, separated by a family dispute. One was held in a tower, the other at sea. Each thought of the other as they polished their piece of moon over and over. As they did, they each discovered that their piece became bright and reflective beyond compare. So on a moon's bright night, each used their piece to reflect light into the eyes of their captors. each escaped to find the other. That's cute. They had many adventures after that beginning. 𝓨𝓵𝓼𝓮𝓪 and 𝓨𝓵𝓼𝓾 each wore their piece of moon around their neck, each seeking the other to their last day. That's cute. 𝓨𝓵 claps her hands together. The stories of 𝓨𝓵𝓼 and 𝓨𝓵𝓼 were some of my favorite as a child. Iris is picking at something on their shirt, distracted. We'll get fleas in your undies, Popple. Yuck. I was just wondering, how long until we can sail? The next comes out in a rush. And where are we going to go when we can? All eyes to 𝓨𝓵, who sighs. Even 𝓨𝓵 has raised her eyebrows. Kid has a point. 𝓨𝓵 is probably the only person Iris would take Kid from. Yeah. What is our plan? I told you. Simply adventure. Tell us like it's a story. 𝓨𝓵 smiles. I can't decide on the voices for 𝓨𝓵 and 𝓨𝓵. Once a tricksy stowaway met a beautiful seafarer, the strongest and best navigator she'd ever known. Then that seafarer introduced her to an old friend, a diver and traveler, ship's cook and wily seabird, the glue in every situation you might find. That seabird knew a historian who had been digging around for old knowledge, a historian willing to push further and deeper than those before. This is cute. And then they all met a young ratter who had somehow managed to build a rig out of odds and ends and get himself fluent in every language of Saltsea. Ooh. They came together on 𝓨𝓵𝓼𝓮𝓪 to rebuild the ancient 𝓨𝓸𝓾𝓿, ready to set sail on an adventure that would one day be told all over these isles. Time for bed. Iris lets out a sigh, as delighted by the science as the romance. Not sure if I like wily. Sounds a bit too much like old. A nice story. The fire dying down, flickers pale under the night sky. 𝓨𝓵 looks around at her crew.
Okay.
We'll be up with the Njars tomorrow. Best to bed, I reckon. A mixture of grumbles and agreement, they begin to leave. 𝓨𝓵 touches 𝓨𝓵 lightly on the arm. Am I with you tonight? I want to do a bit of dream sailing. Can't get it out of my head. I put the cot in the crew hut. That okay? 𝓨𝓵 nods and places a gentle kiss on 𝓨𝓵's forehead. Don't wander too far. I always come back to you. 𝓨𝓵 frowns a tight smile, then follows the crew to their makeshift bunks. Night, my love. Uh-oh. She was running away from something in her story. Okay. Ooh. Definitely gotta turn the rumble off on my controller. 𝓨𝓪 Roost. away. But where has she gone? If we knew that, kitten, she'd not be missing. Merle's mustache twitches in consternation. It is rather confounding. I can't believe Masha would leave without a word. Of course she wouldn't leave us. They flap their hands, trying to calm themselves. We need her. We have so much to do. She's not always the most reliable of souls. Stu is being diplomatic. Her pack has vanished. Her house is vacated. Merle, less so. Aid cries out. The book they've been chewing suddenly provides insufficient entertainment. Here. She hands Merle the soggy almanac. People von 𝓨𝓸𝓾𝓻𝓸. An old edition, perhaps not the best use of a precarious resource. Malpe soothes the baby, uninterested in Merle's opinion on managing Aid. She's never done this before. Left without some word on why. The crew falls silent. The Nyars call outside. Firm. We must mount an investigation. My analytical skills may be of some advantage in persuading the local community to... Maybe she just wanted space. Space. Yes, that's it. Totally. We just need to ask around. Someone will know. Malpe sighs, waving her spare hand. Fine. Go look. She gestures at Aid's broken sling. I can't go until that's fixed, though. I shall form an expedition to locate our captain, if you all concur. Can't you expedite a place we've been... Can you expedite a place you've been living for weeks? That's not what expedite means. Oh, shush. Okay. Start with her house. Aid's wails are rising. Malpe winces. Did she pack? Leave any messages? That kind of thing? We should also examine our vessel, the 𝓨𝓲𝓾𝓼𝓮𝓵. Perhaps there is a clue there. Iris tucks their swooping fringe behind their ear, chewing their lip. Stu looks over. I'm sure everything is fine, kitten. She wouldn't just leave us. Just one other person with me, I should think. We don't want to occasion any apprehension among the local populace. Aid's cries echo around the room. There's a mystery to uncover. Who should accompany Merle? Exploring Nyarfi Roost. Expedition parties are made up of 2 crew members. Merle has volunteered to lead the expedition. Malpe isn't able to join him. You can compare remaining crew members' motivations and skills and decide who should complete the duo. Okay. Merle, a classic historian, Merle has great interest in cultural anthropology, marred only by clumsy manner and an allergy to basically everything. Merle's leading the expedition. Who should accompany him? Well, let's see what else he can do. See, Nyarfi Roost, an island dominated by a huge seabird colony, farmed by the local population for oil, eggs, meat, and down. It's been far too long since I've had the opportunity to... excuse me. It's been far too long since I've had the opportunity to exercise my anthropological training. Nyarfi Roost, a very insular community, though it's not clear whether they dislike strangers or whether the stink of guano keeps people away. That would do it. Merle speaks Pata and an archaic version of Old Tongue. The main language on Nyarfi is Pata. Okay. So we could do Iris. Iris is a local, but a misfit. Is there really a place on Nyarfi for Iris to grow? This is my home. If anyone can help find Maha, it's me. We're changing it. Iris speaks Pata, 𝓨𝓸𝓾𝓻, and Minton. Okay. Stu, diver, wanderer, cook. Good with the locals. Nearly ready to retire, but perhaps just one adventure more. Food, friendship, or flirting. One of them will worm out the truth, and I'm practiced in them all. Stu speaks Pata and 𝓨𝓸𝓾. Okay. I want to learn about 𝓨𝓵𝓾. She can't go, but 𝓨𝓵𝓾 can't investigate right now. She needs to fixate Sling. I can't believe Maha would just up and leave. Rusted. And she speaks Pata. Okay. Ooh. Iris is a local, so we don't know if they dislike strangers or not, but if Iris is with them, it wouldn't be two strangers going about. However, Iris seems to have little self-confidence, so Stu would be a good one. It seems like she's very extroverted. She's good with the locals. And it looks like, since Iris is a misfit, I think we should go with Stu. Picture of the crew. It's a full crew. The painting on the wall shows 𝓨𝓾𝓻𝓸𝓷𝓲𝓬𝓵𝓯's crew standing in front of their ship, smiling broadly. Or in Merle's case, trying to. Yeah, I see that. That smile was a good attempt. It was a very long day, and she was a very slow painter. What a good day. Got the rudder in place at last, eh? Let's do the crew. A long day of hard work. Took 3 tries to get the rudder fit right. Knows how to drive a crew, that one. They stare at the picture. Iris' eager young face, Merle clutching historical blueprints, 𝓨𝓵𝓾's gaze towards Maha's outward-facing grin, Stu standing comfortably to one side. And yet the task has been left unfinished. Hope. Stu turns to Merle. We'll find her, Papa. I know it. Whatever has happened, we will find out. Rebuilding 𝓨𝓾𝓻𝓸𝓷𝓾 was supposed to be my last little adventure. Looks like it's a bigger adventure than I reckoned. Iris wonders. Aww. Iris is fidgeting with the radio, avoiding Stu's eye. It'll be okay, Papa. We'll find her. Do you think we'll have to leave? I think Stu would be more... What's the word I'm looking for? Reassuring. Hard to say. Might be Maha's gone. Might be we have to follow. Let's hope she just popped out for a bit. Iris frowns. They turn the knob of the radio back and forth, back and forth. I've never been anywhere else. This island, these cliffs, it's the only place I know. They look around the tiny hut. Maybe it's time. Lovely spot, Nyafi. Good folk. But a bit set in its ways. Iris shrugs. My radio's taking me all over. Ratters have, like, a whole culture? Someone who takes active part in the radio subcultures of Saltsea. Oh, okay. What does that do? Merle's log contains information about your current playthrough and objectives. It updates automatically as you move through the story. The left-hand side lists the starting point for each log entry. Newly added or updated entries are marked with this round icon. The right-hand side shows follow-ups and portraits of associated characters. If you're ever unsure about your next steps, always return to the log. Okay. 𝓨𝓵𝓵𝓻 Roost. On learning to our horror that Captain Maha was missing, we resolved to search her cabin for any sign. Okay, we knew that our ship itself may be in peril, so that we must also investigate 𝓨𝓾𝓼𝓮𝓵. Okay, the crew page shows you information about your crew members. It will change and reshape as the story progresses. Okay, so let's see. 𝓨𝓵 is a no-nonsense 36-year-old navigator. 𝓨𝓵 is often expected to take charge. A talented celestial navigator and mother to 6-month-old Aid, 𝓨𝓵 has largely made her life on the sea. 𝓨𝓵 is deeply worried about the disappearance of her partner, Maha, who in recent weeks seemed oddly on edge. 𝓨𝓪. 32-year-old 𝓨𝓪 is a historian and academic, particularly interested in the flood. Of late, he has been traveling Saltsea, investigating society immediately before and after the flood. Maha brought him to 𝓨𝓵𝓵 to work on 𝓨𝓾𝓼𝓮𝓵's renovation. Iris. 19-year-old 𝓨𝓵𝓵 misfit Iris is gifted with languages and most often found glued to their radio. Iris was the last crew member to be recruited to Maha's team. They are thrilled and terrified about the idea of leaving 𝓨𝓵𝓵 for the first time. Stu claims to have lost count of her age, but it's somewhere around 70. Diver, cook, and adventure seeker, Stu is well-traveled as it's possible to be. Maha recruited Stu for her expertise in all things aquatic and culinary. With a partner on Los Gatos and children all over, Stu is almost ready to settle down. This is her last great adventure. The issues page shows tensions and conflicts within your crew. They can be active. Resolved, like this issue here. And when an issue can no longer be resolved, it's marked as scuppered. Okay, active. The crew of 𝓨𝓾𝓼𝓮𝓵 are tense in their worry over their vanished captain. The crew have worked together for a few months, yet it still feels like early days. 𝓨𝓵, 𝓨𝓪, Iris, and Stu, uncertain at first, have grown to know and like one another through working on 𝓨𝓾𝓼𝓮𝓵. 𝓨𝓵 and Maha have been arguing a bit more lately. 𝓨𝓵 feels like Maha has been acting strangely for a few days, and now she's disappeared. What's going on? Their relationship was suffering a little bit. This is the almanac, in which you will collect souvenirs from your travel, represented as stickers. Turn the pages to find the themes for your collection. You may need to replay to find them all. A collection of curiosities arising from several explorations of the Saltsea Archipelago. On Maha's trail, Call of the 𝓨𝓵, a mystery pursued. Oh, there's a lot. What? Map of the Saltsea Archipelago, 𝓨𝓵𝓵 Roost. Okay. 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 So, my radio's taking me all over. Ratters have, like, a whole culture? And the Ratters are people who take active part in the radio subcultures of Saltsea. Good to know. I could show you sometime. We could set you up with a call sign, get you a... Iris scrunches up their face. Sorry, you probably don't care. It's reassurance. Stu pats Iris on the shoulder. We're glad of your skills, kitten. 𝓨𝓪 clears his throat. I'm sure your radionics expertise will be of great assistance if we must set sail. Iris's face takes on a look of resolve. Whatever Maha needs, I'm ready. That's cute. Okay, so the feathers on the floor. Call of the 𝓨𝓵. 𝓨𝓪 slips on some feathers on the floor, coughing as the dander catches in his throat. Feathers. Rightful farcical flagitious feathers. Can't come to 𝓨𝓵𝓼 without kicking up a few feathers. I had gathered there were some quaint local avian-related customs, but not that they would be quite so ubiquitous. Resigned. Don't be angry. Morel sighs, bends down, and tidies away the feathers. I suppose it's not the birds' fault that I am constitutionally incapable of tolerating their plumage. Morel clears his throat. At least the local customs are anthropologically interesting. Good food, good people. What's not to like? Maha certainly saw fit to leave. Concern. Stu frowns. Her history's complicated, but Maha cares about this place. To leave without a word? Something's not right. Despite his best efforts, Morel's reply is an enormous sneeze. That's cute. Stove. The stove has gone out and cooled overnight. The scent of guano fuel is far from soothing. A discovery. A lost charm. Aid lets out a wail. 𝓨𝓵𝓼, who was distracted for just a moment, quickly turns to pull something from their mouth. Little one, what have you got there? 𝓨𝓵 examines the dripping thing. Maha's lucky 𝓨𝓵𝓵𝓼 charm. Was that just by my bed? 𝓨𝓵 knows her partner never likes to leave without it. This feels like bad news. Abe burbles in cheerful conversation with the soggy charm. Not for babies, little one. 𝓨𝓵 pockets the charm, frowning. Oh, that's not good. Broken sling. Hey, she's still aid wrangling. While you're at it, can you get me a new sling for this one? Aid howls. Little one, shh. Poor little 𝓨𝓵𝓼𝓮, we'll sort you something. A small bird from the Easterly Isles, neither a strong swimmer nor flyer, it prefers to bounce. That's cute. Aid just isn't happy out of the sling at the moment. My head is ringing. Stu pats 𝓨𝓵's arm. We've all been there. At least I have. 4 times. And one of those was twins. 𝓨𝓵 tries to smile. Kids all over the archipelago, right? 𝓨𝓵 sighs. Maha was no use with crying. She sewed up a sling in a trice. 𝓨𝓵 pauses as Aid begins to drizzle. Blood's sake, where is she? We'll find her, kitten. A hard look comes over 𝓨𝓵's face. If she thinks I'll welcome her back easy. Well, until then, we'll just pop to the Puckle's clutch and get a new one, eh? One of the lesser visited places of trade across the archipelago. The only rule of trade is that it be fair. Okay. Thanks. An issue represents tension between members of the crew, so she asked for help. To track issues, access them in the menu hub. Okay, so the active one is she asked for a new sling for Aid. And then we got something else new? Oh, the 𝓨𝓵𝓵𝓼 charm. Okay. Something way the heck over here. What's this? Oh, the well-chewed 𝓨𝓵𝓵𝓼 charm and the flagitious feathers, of course. Beds. Iris has never been known to make their bed. Morel has never been known not to. Of course. The bulbs each hold a 𝓨𝓵𝓵 candle. They've led many a late-night argument over hull hydrodynamics. That's cute. Okay, well... I can't even tell where this thing is. Let's go outside. Okay. We are going to end things there, though, because I just looked at my timer and I am way over time. So, next time we'll have to see where our person has gone and what's going on with everything. So thank y'all so much for joining us today. If y'all could, do please leave a like, leave any tips, tricks, thoughts, suggestions in the comment section down below, and do please subscribe. I will see y'all in the next one. Thank y'all. Bye bye.